Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Filgory Empires in our Persia run. And yeah, we're gonna prosecute a war against Scythia. We'll see how quickly we can bring Scythia down and or subjugate them. See which one of those that we end up going with. I don't want this guy to go fight the main Scythian army here. We're gonna do that move, and we might then try to go that way, depending on the weather. Next turn. This army, we'll move there and then probably try to find the Scythian main army. We'll see how they maneuver. I may just leave this main army down here, closer to Egypt. We're not going to be at peace with Egypt for particularly long. But the sure fact that Egypt has the thing we want, which is a victory score. So let's go through the territories, figure out if there's anything we need to build, or can build. One of them's not there. Regional road wouldn't be bad. You have a regional road. I wouldn't mind warehouse into large warehouse here. Yeah. I guess it's Builders Guild that builds the bridge. Okay. Place to build. Weirdly like that. It does it. Okay. And that looks good. Those guys can complete that with that. Quarry finishes in turn and 2 open build slots. Grab the port. We don't really need the port here. Grab you for a little bit of... Oh, we're on marble range, so that's a no. Okay, so we're going to reroll here, which means we just don't need structure for the moment. 431 infrastructure free. Okay. Now, granted, you can see this is because it's like basically a full mountain region. Most of these territories are not very good at making food. But we don't need them on infrastructure when there isn't anything to build. So even if it's a 4-to-1 conversion of construction to food, we do the food. In that situation. Let's build the Oration Tribune here. That'll allow us to start getting the Tier 3 culture buildings. And we need like 60 infrastructure to complete that. Oh, well, we just need to be positive. Okay. So that'll finish it in 1 turn. Here we go. Next, building slot, single building slot. Receptor house. I suppose in a way we're also rolling for paved road. That should be in that list. Maybe a population minimum road. Wouldn't be surprised if there's population limited or minimum for paved road. Let's see in the list. I think it's in alphabetical order. No, it's not in alphabetical order. You could stop and pause and try to find it in that list if it's in there. I'm thinking it isn't because I'm not seeing it. We've got the 6 culture commerce buildings, so if we have the population requirement for it, it should be showing up. Research can also be done in turn. Okay, Thassalan Temple will be done in a turn. Oh, also I think you can't build the paved roads in mountains. Just remember you can't build the paved roads in mountains. That's fair enough. Looking for a building I can't find. Like a warehouse. We can build regional roads in mountains, though, so we'll do that. Regional road, those will be finished in a turn. Paved roads done in 3. And then we still have this quest. I don't... What it's saying... Build the Royal Road. Have at least a road in 6 of the 8. It says a road. Don't know which of the 3 of the road buildings it means. Is it Public Works, Regional Road, Paved Road. I'm not sure which of the three. Or maybe it's all of the three, in which case I'm surprised it's not done yet, because I'm pretty aggressive at building public works everywhere. Getting an upgrade to the regional roads a little bit harder, and then paved roads pretty hard. I have a lot of paved roads. Yeah, we'll grab the Max Workshop there. Start working that one towards paved road. Okay, we'll grab food there in the form of stud. Doesn't have any of the bonuses. Would import figs, which wouldn't be too bad. And if we get other things to get the honey in, for example. Like we're building wax workshop next door. That imports honey. Okay, so we'll have the honey bonus when that applies. So sure, we'll do this. This will import figs. We'll get the honey bonus from the neighbor. If we're working to get some of the other ones in. And we can import olive oil for that, so that looks good. Okay, get all those done in turn. One bullet slot there. Use it to grab land expansion to make it 2. If we can get one more culture building, we'll be rolling the tier 3 culture buildings. Although, I don't want to pay 21 money because we don't have frankincense, so pass on that. We'll take the barracks upgrade. Occasionally we may train archers here, and the extra XP on the archers wouldn't be a loss. Commercial port. +1 trade range bonus, only on the coast. It's a tier 2 commerce building. I don't know what the other requirements for that is, but that's a decent building to build. How expensive are you? Enough that I basically don't need infrastructure to complete you. Okay. And what is that the last? That's the last of the current build slots in that spot. So yeah, definitely swap from production to food. Get the area growing a bit faster. One build slot there. I'm gonna grab the bronze works here. Then we'll be fishing for tier 3 on both commerce and culture. We're a little bit close on loyalty, so we'll grab the worship place. It's maybe not the ideal for this slot, but it's better than nothing. Operation Tribune. Grab the brickworks there. Open slot there. Grab the wheelmaker. That way we can get access to rolling for a regional road. Clear water. There's nothing we can do to remove the volcano, except suffer. And even suffering is not going to remove it. The papyrus bonus, we could probably pretty easily get the papyrus bonus here. Yeah, let's work on the street crawler instead. Or work on the street crawler so that if we do get the papyrus bonus later, we'll be happy. 3 build slots there. I would want a better marketplace. Let's grab the builder hole, then we'll have everything we need to get tier 3 infrastructure. could potentially build another build slot. Oh, you want more loyalty. So it's very tempting to go irrigation canal here just for the food, and we've really food stacked here, so we're actually getting positive food here. It's 21 more food here. On the other hand, I need the loyalty right now, and we really don't need. I don't need the papyrus here, right? It would just be a boon. Otherwise, we are in trade range for the weapons. So we'll make a gladiator school. That'll put at 16 loyalty, and I'll solve the loyalty problem for quite a while. And that'll be done in turn. Okay. Nothing really to do there. Those armies are doing their moves. Don't think... Oh, we have one. We have the place where we landed. That makes sense. It's an idle. What do we need? Pleasure house. Okay. Actually, grab the orchard there. I like the place food positive. I'm on board with that. That's all the idols. You're gonna sit there. We're gonna build up the cavalry force here specifically to clear troglodyte caverns. And I might send you over here to clear this troglodyte cavern. And probably by the time we're done with that, we'll either go with the slavers or we'll go back to the Egyptian border. We'll see. Because I'm pretty sure getting all the cavalry together will be more than 100. So we can start clearing those modifiers. Yeah, for regional-wise... Nothing I'm very interested in. Okay. Let's cycle the turn. I've got some pending diplomacy, if memory serves. And I think I have pending diplomacy with you. Yeah. Pending diplomacy with you. Transaction there. Presumably have a transaction there, because that's what... If you're in mid-transaction, you can't do any other diplomacy. I'll have a transaction with you as well. Okay. So yeah, let's cycle the turn. Because I know in some of that traction I'm spending money. I do want to maybe make an attempt at buying Judea. But then I need to be able to afford it, which is the problem. Is the problem there. Oh, I should have ordered a storm on the fort. We just got a guy in the fort. We gotta wait an extra turn to do because I didn't order an assault. Mutually beneficial transaction treaty. I forget. I think it was they give their claims up on my stuff, which is fine. Got a trade deal with them. Just to make them cooperate with us, I think. Change recruitment policy. And into money. Display slaves. Let's turn metal into money as well. And then we are at this one. So we get plus 25 relations. If not at war with the region owner. I don't think anyone owns the region. Yeah, no one owns the region, so that would give me nothing. Well, except for the base. 150 legacy. We can get 250 culture in the capital immediately, or we can get a commerce bonus for 20 turns. What's the culture in the capital? So it'd be like a turn of culture. Although we're gonna hit like the next culture milestone in 3 turns, then we're really not gonna care for quite a while because I think it's 50,000 next. So yeah, opportunity for merchants. Just realized I forgot to set a timer going. So this episode's going to be the end of the stream anyway, so it's going to be a longer one than expected. 20 turns to complete that. I have no idea if we're going to complete that, but we have 20 turns to do it if we try. Okay. Order the assault there. If you can move, go there. And our cavalry here. 69. Yeah, once we get the heavy cav in, it'll go over 100. Okay. Trade house, not worth doing. We could do the pleasure house to import perfume, but we're not really that desperate. We don't need loyalty either. Palace guards. We probably do want to build palace guards. Needs weapons, there isn't a problem. We can import that from ourselves. We got the gold bonus, we got the silver bonus, so it's going to provide us like 10 manpower. Gives us the decadence, but considering it's legacy, so that just seems fine all around. And it's only going to take 2 turns to build. 2 turns for a building that's providing 1 legacy is not bad. You could use some more loyalty, arguably because you're getting a little bit full on slaves, but... Let's grab the cult site. That's maybe not a solution to your loyalty problems, but may help with... Do we have the ceramics bonus? You don't have the ceramics bonus, so we can go up the temple line to try to import the ceramics. I'm gonna grab the large quarry. It's not providing a bonus yet. They may. In the future. A large warehouse bridge would be what we'd be looking for infrastructure-wise at this point. Bridge for the commerce bonus, large warehouse, because it's a 0-slot upgrade over existing building. We'll do the monument, because it's going to provide us more culture. Let's grab the crafting district. Can I get enough on infrastructure to get the quarry done in a turn? No. Oh, nothing building here. So, the food. One, two, and one. Okay, so that's more building slots here. We have the gold bonus. We'll probably do something to drag the copper bonus over here as well. That wouldn't be too hard to do. Although, we don't have a forge yet, so it'll be a while. And it does get upgraded to the mint. 17 before the mint's not that bad. Regional road yet? I don't have the regional road yet. We'll do the large roll as a reroll instead. A functional reroll. Don't need the loyalty. Here we're going to do a literal reroll. And here the only infrastructure building we have left is the bridge. We'll do the blacksmith. It's maybe not best in slot, but it'll work, for what I'm thinking. Okay. So the large roll is the only one that's not going to finish in a turn, which is maybe a bit of a shame because you're using it as a reroll. That's better money, or that's better culture, but we don't really need culture. Do the clothing manufacturer to work towards the paved road, that's probably what I should do. Also import cloth, but we got it locally, so that's not a problem. Makes 36 money. May at some point make it worth building a dye maker in the local area. Let's grab the worship place. We don't necessarily need the loyalty, but it's not super terrible. Just try to get up to tier 3 culture a little bit faster. One open slot. Are we still converting people here? No, we finished converting people. So we can completely pass on the gold site. We're right next to the ceramic maker, so there's no reason to import ceramics. No place to import copper from. That's in range right now. Maybe that's an argument that I should work towards upgrading the range, which is the wheelmaker. So that made that choice easy. Nothing to build there, so infrastructure become food. One open slot there. And we do have the, yeah. Could import tin. It only really makes sense to import tin if I've got the candle maker, I think. Bonus. The amphitheater upgrade. I'm gonna grab the tavern. Even though we don't actually have wine to import for it, it's still profitable. It's providing a very minor loyalty bonus, and it works us towards tier 3 culture. Let's grab the Tar Workshop. Again, sort of the logic of working towards a tier 3 building. We're mainly looking for commerce and culture. Or do I want the forge here? We'll stick with that way. Open slot there. School. An open slot there. We're having food problems, so they're definitely not the Emperor for Fabricator. Could do the warehouse. Yeah, well, it's warehouse. Next, work in the paved road, fine. Build slot there from where you just grew. Very good granary. 20 food granary is not bad. We don't need infrastructure, so let's swap for food production. Not quite enough infrastructure to keep everything infrastructure stable. When we don't need to build stuff. Like something better than a tanner. Do the warehouse here then. We're still going for the conversion, so I'm not going to pick up the Thassalan Temple. Although, Thassalan Temple's good. Not going to complain about it too much. We're going to know on the fishery. We've got so many commerce buildings, we're actually at the point where we can get really good ones. This is not one of the good ones. It's an okay one. It's just not good. We'll take the Builder's Hall. It'll provide us with 6 infrastructure buildings. Allow us to start fishing for the land expansion upgrade, which is another build slot. In this area, we already have 5 infrastructure buildings. It's worth building the 6th one, so you can then fish for the 1 spot savings. I'm really thinking I want the wheelmaker here. With the charcoal pile. I don't need the fish. Could I do the Tribune? Yeah, let's do the Tribune. Same here, I'll do the Tribune here. Those both finished in 1 turn without the people moving over to infrastructure. One short. Solved. Lots to build here. And regional road. 4 and a 1. Oops. I wonder, commerce building. We're never going to get the most from content anyway. Don't really need to make the cloth, but money for commerce building is not too bad. So, sure. Granary, bank, line expansion always takes my pick there. 2 and a 5. We do want food here, so smokehouse for food. Saltworks if you got it. A copper mine, which it's good to know there's copper up here. Monuments. Reslaughter. Slowly trying to work down the slots there. Although, say that as we're getting another slot. So we're now rolling to get rid of this. 20% chance per turn. So an average of 5 turns with this army here, or with that army there. So it might be next turn when we make a roll, or it might be the turn after next. When it starts ticking. We don't need that loyalty there anymore because we built the gladiator pool. Making a bunch of food. Making a bunch of food. Move the walls there, it's not gonna hurt too much. And then we're on to the loose ones, which are an idle. Not in the siege, but we're just gonna storm it. It'll be fine. So let's end the turn. Tilting the defenders shouldn't be a problem. Fully exhausted garrison. Yeah, they got a min roll of 0. They can roll anything. We're rolling a minimum of 3 with an 8-ish 4. So the garrison falls. And then they got no fortified anything, so we're just gonna sweep over it until we find the enemy army. And we are catching up on Egypt. Only 4 turns. Catch them in 4 turns. Catch and overtake in 4 turns. Okay, and now our client subject. You're proposing a deal. Let's do a counter proposal. I don't want your stuff. I want you... Already got cooperation. You don't actually like me enough to become a client state yet. You want, I'll give you some Cavaliers. Just here, have some Cavaliers as a gift. And I think that was all the pending trades we have. So nothing going to you, nothing going to you. Peace-wise, they're up to 40%. I would like you to become a client state, which you're just going to say no to. Yeah. So they're probably going to have a bad feeling they're going to cease to exist because we're going to conquer them. Diplomacy-wise with you, we want to make you be absorbed. So I give you the entire treasury, the entire pile of metal, all the manpower. Some archers, for example. Yeah, no chance of that. At least not with our current stockpiles of stuff. Did they not even get there in that turn? They still got one more turn to arrive. Okay. think now that we've got the more people here, I think we can get infrastructure positive, get the stuff going. Yeah. Albeit glacially slow. You can probably take that one out, do something like that. Because our forces zigzag around that terrain. We do have a forced march. We'll try to force march those guys. If we get them to go forest plains, that would be good. And yeah. So we want you to... target that army. The army isn't moving, so you shouldn't have too much trouble doing that. Same thing with you. What's the army strength up? 88 right now. Okay, let's run around doing the building choices. Warehouse... possibly. What do we got there? We got 5 infrastructure buildings, so grabbing a 6th one isn't a bad idea. Maybe grabbing the builder's hole as well. And then just doing all the upgrades for them. And then when we get the commerce buildings to do the paved roads, everything will be fine. Okay. Next. Larger warehouse isn't a bad idea. Although it is an expensive building. Regional road. Salt house for the food and health growth. Runs work. Maybe don't need to rush up to tier 3 commerce that quickly. We probably do still want to release the regional roads first. Never having food issues in the region, or having the desire to grow the region more, we probably want to get salt house, and salt houses and smokehouses going. Couple different buildings I'd like here to pick up. I wouldn't be opposed to the weapons depot. Again, this is the place where we build the cataphracts. There's commerce buildings that'd be interesting. There's culture buildings that'd be interesting. We haven't pulled any of them. Still interested in smokehouse and didn't pull it. We're gonna reroll here. As we can. Which infrastructure do you need to finish? A lot less than you're getting. A lot less than you're getting. Okay. Still less than that. That's because it's already mostly done. We'll leave it with 1 province worth of infrastructure. Enough. And there we go. Next. You got some build slots. Got the dates in the honey, or the dates in the fig, so that wouldn't be a bad delicacy shop. And we don't need to run up the culture line too quickly, I suppose. Yeah, let's grab that. And wanted to be worth more if we're going to pick that building up. We'll probably get the silicon eventually. Okay, let's do that. And that's going to require some actual infrastructure to get done in a reasonable time. Nothing, well, move a little bit of infrastructure to food. One slot there. We don't need a coastal fortress on an inland location. So, yeah, Clearwater next. Theater's fine. Warehouse is fine. 2 slots there. Sure, grab the warehouse. Go to the gambling ring. I'm not getting a tax bonus off of that. Although I'm not too worried about the decadence bonus. I think decent infrastructure off the blacksmith there. We'll do the blacksmith then. I'm going to reroll here. And we don't need that much for the blacksmith. In fact, we basically don't need anything with the blacksmith. We only need enough that we don't go, like, infrastructure negative. Which is not that hard to do, I think, in a place that's infrastructure positive. Within the workers. Nope, no, we're not quite positive. Workers. There we go. Next, 1 slot. Training ground. Paved road next turn, unless we, by dividing the stuff in half, make it expensive enough, it's going to be 2. Do the monument here. Yeah, still next turn for the paved road. Temple here, better conversion bonus. A little concerning that 12 people is only with 19 infrastructure. But it is there, apparently. One open building slot. Public Works, obviously. Like that done, like SAP. Yeah. Building slot and a building slot. Sure, we'll take the large walls. And the school. Yeah, can't get the large walls done in a turn. 2 spaces there. We don't need this irrigation system, obviously. It's not making enough food. Don't need the palisades. We'll take the garum shop. Not particularly great, but we're currently locked to only tier 1s available, so that's going to be fine. I suppose actually going to be a lot more infrastructure than we need, right? Because the garum shop's not that expensive. There we go. 1 slot there. Regional road's decently expensive, though we probably don't even need the whole province to get it to finish. There we go. Orchard for food. Get the precept house going. That's fine. That's fine. Build a skill. No, we're actually... Oh, because we got raided. Of course we got raided. Renown food. Actually, no. We. Oh, that's even at the rate. Okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't panic about it. I built slot there. Build a smokehouse. That should help the food. And then we're on the loose. Nothing doing the loose. Okay. We got troop orders for the turn. Let's cycle the turn. See how the troops do. Oh, we don't get to leave the province because they're attacking us. Mountain men in the plains. This is not really their greatest tactical location. On the other hand, they are heavy infantry, so against medium infantry, they're going to do decently. Okay, so we're winning the battle, but we lost one of our specialty archers. So they're not necessarily an indestructible fighting force in the open terrain here. We can suffer the sort of thing that we ran into with the Spartans, where we lose our support and then the army gets destroyed. We're not careful. In the forest here. We're clumsy here, so we're taking a penalty, but these are still the best frontliners we've got. They're still gonna have too much room here. Yeah. Okay, force march didn't give them enough of a movement to go to. Bit of a shame. Buy, sell this place. We're going to this place. Sell metal, get manpower, or money or manpower. We're gonna actually pass on that. Let's do a deification decree. Yeah, still gonna do something roughly this maneuver type. Although actually we've just that's the Sarmatian army, not the Scythian army. So the Scythian army apparently has been destroyed. So before they have time to get a new one, let's fix that problem. I'm having one. So defend approximately 1, defend approximately 1, defend approximately 1. Okay. So we'll lead down to 1 territory left that's undefended. To adopt a local administration. There's no place we can do it down here, obviously. I'm not sure how much of this up here we're going to keep, so I'm going to do it in this area instead of up there. So we did the regionals, those units got marching orders. We now have a fighting force here that is better than 100 combat strength, so this should be cleared reasonably quickly. We're being raided by the neighbors, because of course we are. Must be positive. It needs to be, I think it needs to be like 25. Okay, we're gonna try to bribe you to make you less of an issue. We got a deal out with you already. I'll forget if they try to bribe them as well. What I might do, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to. What I might do is handle this territory over to our client state after we destroy them. Make the client state bigger. And for once, nothing actually to build in the capital. Although that might not last particularly long because the capital is one of the main receiving locations for slaves. We get the tin bonus there, so Candlemaker's not too bad. Yeah, we're gonna re-roll her. Is that the level of infrastructure we want for the Candlemaker? No, that's like excessive. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Okay. That's fine. Noble District. Got a build slot. Presumably gonna want more than one infrastructure to build that build slot. Do you want to start putting money in a royal treasury? Sure. Reasonably expensive building. It is a building that gets better the longer you hold on to it. Not 100% sure, but I think we can get pretty close. At least get the quant down to 1 turn. Or, no. Yeah, it's probably going to be 2 turns. Okay, so that's probably as much as I'm going to do there. Okay. Next location. Okay, so we should be able to hit, assuming this territory is flat. Flat enough for the paved road. Paved road should be in that list. I don't think we're in a mountain there. Oh, no, that is a mountain, so we're not going to get paved road there, regardless of what we do. That's a decent market. Could do that market. To the preceptor house. Okay, next. Warehouse is fine. The warehouse is fine. Lots of build slots there. That's good to see. Well, assuming I want to build something for the slots. Food and growth wise, we probably want smokehouse. We don't need the loyalty bonus, although we got wine, we got honey, we got luxury, so that's a good building. Yeah, we just don't need it. We do want to work up towards like 6 commerce buildings, 3 infrastructure buildings, you know, the usuals. Next, 1 building slot there. Grab clear water, which is going to use that slot, but more health is more health. Jewelry would import silver, produces luxury, which we already produced somewhere. So I think we have the sculpture maker instead of the jeweler maker at the location. Yeah, we have the sculpture maker instead of the jeweler maker. Produces luxury. We don't actually have any of the bonuses there, which is the ivory copper. Whereas the jewelry maker, which needs silver, so we needed silver to import. We're in trade range for silver, so that's not a problem. And gold's maybe a little easier to get the bonus for. After the fact. Probably don't actually need the jewelry maker here. I'm going to put it here anyway because it imports the silver. And at some point we'll probably build things like the bank that want silver. Or like this coin maker that would benefit from the silver, plus 10 money from the silver. Okay. Got a slot. Want better trading tents. The loyalty from that. Yeah, I'll go with the trading tents because I would like better ones, but they're not particularly bad for only being okay. Scepter House. Commercial port, +1 trade range. Yes, please. This works. You know, do the bronze works. This is the next tier of commerce buildings. Yep, we'll do that, even though we're not getting cotton. Self-finishes in the turn. Nut shop. Yeah, we could import nuts, but we want one of the bonuses to make it worthwhile. Grab the courthouse instead. This is a forest location. Although it's still 12 food, so it's still a decent food yield. We'll grab the farm. We can be rolling for better farm buildings. Need some infrastructure, more to get the courthouse done in a turn. Not enough to get the courthouse done in a turn? Yeah. Next, open building slot. Grab the training ground. And then we want some infrastructure to get that done. Another 8. There we go. Smokehouse. City walls. And 2. Could grab the prison. Again, we're so high up in the culture to decadence ratio, I'm just not worried about the decadence right now. I'm not interested in the slave market. Supposed to do a reroll here. Maybe we'll hit the necropolis. Because we actually got enough building slots there, we could build the necropolis if it showed up. There's the coin maker. We're getting bonuses from gold and copper. And this is next to the place where we're... No, it's one away from the place. Shame. That's what I say. And we're working towards getting that silver, too. No, we're not. Okay, that place is looking better. It'll be even better when the smokehouses are online. Build guild's good. We haven't removed that negative yet. Although we're in the place where we can start trying. We probably are going to want some loyalty here to deal with the nomadic citizens' high loyalty cost. And the pleasure house isn't the worst choice for that, so... I may not be in range for the perfumes. We're... there. Okay. Actually, we are going to be in range for the perfumes, so actually going up that line would not be that bad. Another 10. Here we go. Next, and that's fine. And then the loose. You're loose. We may end up... I'm not sure whether I'm going to hold on to you, but we may hold on to you. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Okay, 9v1, I'm pretty sure we win. 35v1, I'm pretty sure we win. Nope. Okay. Well, that makes making peace a little bit more complicated. We're exactly 6 legacy behind Egypt. We are making a legacy at a quicker rate than Egypt, so we will overcome them on the next turn. Throw some money at them, make them a little bit happier. Throw some money at you, trying to make you a little bit happier. Throw some money at you, trying to make you a little bit happier. Scythia has reached the proposals of peace. Whatever they're proposing is... Oh, they've got stuff over there too. Okay. We're gonna counter-propose. I don't want your money. I think what? Want probably that territory. And okay, become client states is just a lot. I suppose. Yeah, okay. I could say, province-wise, give me everything we occupy. And then we just hand that over to our subject. And they'd agree to that. That's not a bridge too far for them. Plausibly not a bridge too far for them. Okay. Okay. We've postponed the Virtuous Administration some more turns, keeping that bonus around, which is good. Oh, we got another adopt local administration? Okay. I should get you back to port before everyone dies, hopefully. I may have actually left it a bit too long, they're gonna all die, but whoops. Just a whoops. Yeah. Okay, and how long is the remaining treaty with Egypt? The answer is it ends next turn. I could declare on them next turn. So with that being the case, we're going to start moving back towards Egypt. Did we get rid of that malice yet? No. We can get pretty close to the Egyptian border. So I suppose we'll do that. Okay, we're offering them gifts. We'll see if we can get these guys happy enough that we can make them client states. And I'm thinking to hold off with Egypt until we actually get the peace treaty response back with those guys. So we can secure the northern border a little bit better. Land reclamation? Okay. Training ground's not bad. And then we want to get people onto infrastructure so we can get those, or get the land expansion done real quick. More food than that? Just a little bit more food than that. Is that enough? No, it is not. That'll be enough. Next. Go that, or I can get the... Yeah, we'll stay that way. The upgrade to the caravan house, the caravanserai, has a bigger commerce bonus. So, that's a good choice. Nothing to build here, so we're going to go back on food. Stuff to build here, although that was because we were doing rerolls. This is the mountain, so I maybe don't need to rush up to tier 3 commerce. Though 15 commerce is not bad. Grab the temple. Temple will help with conversions. Oh, we're out of the range for the papyrus. Okay. City walls, or no, we'll go Flaxfield and working up towards the papyrus. Everything's building, even if we don't put them on industry. Swap this industry to food. We've already got a great forge, so other than just the money metal bonus here, there isn't anything really to fish for. We'll grab the courthouse. How much infrastructure I need for the courthouse? It's more than I need. Drop by like 100. There we go. Oh, because we have the gold and silk bonus, we will do the noble district here. Work up the culture buildings a little bit. Operation Tribune. Okay. Oh, building slot there. Let's grab the monument. We don't need that much infrastructure for a monument build. So I can drop the infrastructure by like 100. Close enough. 2 build slots there. So get the anchorage because it's 0 slot. We're never going to build boats there, so we'll probably just leave it as an anchorage. Oh, right, well, I was about to say, this is an irrigation system that's making food. Yes, because, you know, you have everyone with food right now. Yeah. Oops, no, I need an industry to build the thing that I'm building. Two build slots there. Probably would make sense to upgrade the dock at some point here. Slots in that zone. Regional road. Grab the farm. So the farm's happy, the regional road's a little bit more conflicted on that level of construction. Granted, we need like 4 construction in the zone to get the regional road done in turn. Which, actually, do we have any? Like 36, okay. Might be doable. It's gonna be close if I'm not able to do it in turn. Yeah, okay, we are able to do it in turn. Commercial port will be done next turn. There's a marble vein. That'll produce more marble. And the fact that we're getting nearby bonuses is fine. Poodle there. Irrigation canal. Yeah, it'll be double up on the papyrus, which isn't maybe optimal from a profit-making standpoint, but it'll be fine. Oops. Over here, yeah. Just trying to check, did I have... Don't have the tools here, so we're paying extra for pulling the tools out of thin air. I still think I'll do that. It just will reward us for pulling tools nearby at some point. Farm, smokehouse, we're going to do land reclamation because more build slots is better build slots. Oh, I need to keep someone on food production here, otherwise we have a food shortage. Three slots there. Not surprising that it's Babylon. Grab the market, get access to tier 3 commerce. We don't need the loyalty bonus right now, so yeah, let's do that. Building slot there. Into the wall upgrade. Large wall upgrade. It's done in 2. Okay, and the idols. Currently on Papyrus trade range. So we can start on the quant. Falling Road. Numerous cliffs. Bridge or prospect resources? Prospect resources is probably easier. Because the bridge I think is behind Builder's Guild, but okay. And with that, let's cycle for turn and see what our response back from Scythia is. And then we'll probably bring an end to the stream. Oh, actually, no. Was it next turn was the response for Scythia? It might have been next turn. Or they said no. Sent some money to Arabia. That brought them to 35. Now ask for them to become a client state, although we'll have to bribe them to make that a thing. Yeah, 6K for that. It's not a problem. Saba's probably also the place where we can make him a client state. They're bigger and they want more money. We'll try to bribe them in roughly the same sort of way. Okay, can I back off a step of the money so we're not completely devastating the treasury? Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. And then Edmom. We haven't even bribed them enough to get them to become a client state. But yeah, we're basically going around and buying client states because we can. Peace treaty has ended, so we can invade them probably the beginning of next stream. We're about to sell a bunch of our recruits, so that'll work. So yeah, get both these guys as client states will be a pretty good idea. Then I can just take over those two territories and we'll have a nice secure south border. Except for Edamon and Egypt. Okay. Virtuous administration has been postponed, lasting longer. Got it for the next 24 turns. In theory, if we can keep that basically going for the rest of forever, then we'll be really happy. That probably won't happen, but maybe that's me being pessimistic there. Bolster colony, we're gonna bolster that colony. Let's go through our stuff here. Okay. So we don't know what the status with Scythia is. We're not gonna run the stream long enough to find out. I suspect they are going to agree to my request and give me the stuff over here. We'll have a slightly unsecured northern border. Well, one thing I could do to secure the northern border is all the territory we're taking from Scythia, I could just actually hand over to our client state up here. Just spread them a little farther west. Yeah. To give me a full sort of border. In fact, I could so far just give them that one. Yeah, we just give them the whole bit of the north border that we just took over. We don't have enough to make any provinces up there, so that's probably what we want to do. Of course, I need to finish officially getting from Scythia. I'll have to see if I remember to do that next time. But yeah, if we get these two client states, we take those two territories over, we get them as a client state, and then give Colchis the rest of our northern border. Then we'll have a nice secure border, except for the really short one against Egypt. And it being really short against Egypt works really well. That'll actually probably be pretty good. I suppose I could take some over stuff over here and hand it over to our client state as well. Secure all the borders. But that'll be for the next stream. If you're watching on YouTube, we're going to have probably another part up for you by tomorrow. Assuming the streaming schedule continues as planned. So this is Persia Stream 4. So we're putting down a save here so I don't accidentally screw up and forget to save it. If you're watching on Twitch, this is probably your last opportunity to get any comments in here at the end of the stream. I'm going to go over the schedule for the next couple days for Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, this would have been stuff that was recorded over the last couple days for you. So if you can't wait for it to come up, you can probably sneak over to YouTube and find it on there. At this point, I think I'm uploading everything to YouTube as it is recorded locally, so it should be in 1080p at 60 frames per second on YouTube. Whereas the Twitch stream gets whatever can be streamed live given the local internet, so Twitch isn't always getting the most reliable quality. So today was the continuation of Field of Glory Empire's Persia. Tomorrow will be Terra Invicta. The day after that will be Shadow Empire. The day after that will be something new. We just finished up the Endless Legends the day previously. Not going to spoil the ending if you're not watching that. We recorded more than 4 parts last night. So if you're watching on YouTube, I don't think the last part has released yet. So it's still sort of a cliffhanger for you if you're watching this on YouTube, how Endless Legends ends. I will let you know it does end. It doesn't end the way I expected it was going to. That's enough of a spoiler for you to know. If you want to see how that ends, feel free to watch. It should be watching this on YouTube. That should be coming up tomorrow. If you're watching this on Twitch and you can't wait, or watching this on YouTube and can't wait, the stream from Endless Legends, because that was yesterday, should be recorded and should still be up. Although only for like one more day on YouTube. Maybe not even one day. Depends on when you're watching it. It's on YouTube. Otherwise, it'll be up on YouTube, as I suspect will be the case. So yes, Saturday will be something new. Haven't figured out what it's going to be yet. Thinking something city builder, but I have to decide how I'm going to decide when that ends. If we do a city builder, which city builder. So that's going to be Saturday, and then that will make Sunday the next time we pick this up. Things are going really well. We're definitely approaching the point where if there is a way to get an early victory, that we can probably get an early victory. If I click into the stats here, I can see that. So normally to get an early victory, you need 3 times the legacy of the closest. At least that's what it shows in the menu up here on quick victory. If you turn quick victory on, it would drop it to 2 to 1. I don't know if that applies to this scenario. I know the scenario is shorter, so we'd only have to run the game out to 200 turns or so. But we're obviously we're getting 79 more legacy income than Egypt. So to be fair, that would be, yeah, it wouldn't take us, well, it would take us 100-something turns to double them, right? So we're definitely winning. We're probably not going to lose unless something goes horribly wrong. It might not be very feasible to get an early victory. Probably the way we'd have to get an early victory is like go steal the 400 legacy off of Egypt or something, which is plausible. That's something we can probably do. And that's something we might do in the next stream. So we may win in the next stream. I don't know if there's an early victory condition for this scenario. If there is, we might trigger it next stream. So yep, that's what we're looking for in this run. And obviously when I get done, I'll go do an after-action report, sort of on how it went. I think it went very well. Although we are probably... Oh no, our administrative burden's actually low enough that if we lost that administration modifier, we'd still be making money. Wouldn't be making a lot of money, but we'd be making money. We'd be making effective money. And yeah, you can sort of see, as Persia, military upkeep is not an issue. Military upkeep is really much not an issue. because we're getting our military for fairly cheap, because we get a certain number of them cheap, or a certain number of them basically for free. We got free upkeep in 66 units. We basically can maintain 2 of our armies for nothing, and we've got 3, right? Although, I don't know how to science the free upkeep, right? So, I don't think it would be triple the cost of our military upkeep. I think it would be more than that if we didn't have the free units, because I think it's being assigned to the expensive ones first. But yeah, so that's the run as it is. If you're watching YouTube, there'll presumably be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, the next stream should be in 4 days. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the YouTube video to a close. So until next time, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.